Hello, everyone, and welcome to Short Rest for episode 81. It's episode 81, kiddo! Oh my god, he's excited.
What's my name again?
What's your name again?
What'd you say?
What?
What?
Oh boy, well, you guys,
Oh, hey, Tom!
you guys have won the Bout of Champions, the Battle Royale! You survived! You knocked out over 12 contestants, 14 to be exact.
'Twas not a matter of if, but when.
Things got dicey near the end, though. This entire session was all about taking out the final four of Alejandro, Tuli, Jutaza, and I'm forgetting my names already because it's been so long.
I deleted my note.
No, that's fine. The last one is Autumn. So,
Cowards.
I don't know about Tuli. I don't think Tuli was a coward.
I really felt like, oh, we actually
Cowards.
did this.
Every single one of them. Cowards.
Yeah.
They hid.
oh, the last two, definitely. Well, they definitely ran to get some distance.
No. I meant the group as a whole.
Oh, the group as a whole.
Cowards. Every last one of them.
So yeah, I wrote in, I was like, well, you know, everyone else would be pretty weak, not much of a challenge. And I was like, how does this work in terms of how do I find a way where these guys are somewhat fresh? They're not totally fresh. I did mark out that they did lose a lot of spells. They lost a lot of, you know, abilities. But, yeah, I mean, one of them's, you know, some of them do have these spells where they can meld into stone. I'm like, that's how they head. You know, they fought for the first half and they were like, F this, we'll wait for the end. Which to Temple, you're you know, for Savannah's sake, was like, damn it, we should have thought of that. That's a strategy. That could have worked, actually.
Strategy. It's a valid strategy, but at the same time, you're like, cowards, but damn it.
Yeah.
Cowards.
In a way, yeah. I mean, kind of cowardly in a way, but I mean, smart if you were to think about it in their shoes.
He agrees.
Thanks, Caleb. Yeah, exactly.
So let's go down the road. Let's go down the row and discuss. Well, let's ask this question: who do you think there was the most? Who's more of a threat in this fight?
The freaking big. I have to watch my language. Tuli over there. Tuli and whoever was buffing her.
Well,
Alejandro buffed her, but like I feel like he was squishy. If you hit him hard enough, he'd be okay.
I know. I kind of wish I hit Alejandro first instead of Tuli, but I thought I had in my brain, I thought their roles were reversed. I thought Tuli. I thought she was the one that's gonna buff everyone. So I'm like, okay, take out the one that's gonna support and then deal with it. Little did I know.
I mean, it's a smart decision.
I couldn't tell what she was until we got further in the game because I was like, okay, druid, not druid. And then I was like, what is she?
Wait, so she's plus than a druid?
I think she's multi-classed, right?
She is essentially what Quinn would be. So, a little backstory: Quinn is sort of my main character that I play in our own home game with our DM. Nick, I should say. We already.
Nick's been
on the show. Yeah, so he's our DM game. But essentially, I play this character Quinn, who's a fighter, a rune fighter, with a little bit of sorcerer in there. I basically chose near the same identical abilities, except I made the guy obviously a woman, and I made it a fawn, which has the faunest jump, which is really, really awesome. And then instead of making a wild sorcerer, I made a clockwork.
Oh, the one that just says no to everything.
Which is why I was saying no to like the advantages for Rolly. I was like, no, taking that away. No advantage for you. Which is the clock sorcerer's ability.
Yeah. They're fun.
I think she had the ability to do that. The way I rolled it, she has 4 uses of that, but because she's not fresh, she actually used up 2 before she got to you guys. Which is why she only did it twice. She also didn't. I marked that she also used up several giant mites, several runic shields, and she had access to less stuff, which was unfortunate. But she still held on to a few good things. One of which, what I think was really fun and something I knew that you guys didn't see coming, which was redirecting Savannah's attack to attack the polar bear.
Yeah.
That made me so sad. I'm sorry, Les.
Yeah. I mean, I think Amber and Steve can attest that the Cloud Ruin ability of shifting the
Pain in
damage
Nick's butt.
is really a kind of a broken feature, but it works. It's really awesome.
I hate it.
It sucks, but it works out pretty
It
well.
sucks when you're on the other side of it.
Other side of it.
So, yeah, I gotta agree. Thule's a bit of a force to be reckoned with. You know, there's a lot of opportunities for her to say no and to just go, well, now it's my turn.
Well, like, I feel like even though Jatuza was... Jutaza. Sorry, I wrote it down. Was a cleric, I felt like she was kind of tapped. So she was just more of like, it's hard to hit her. And she's got hit points. But I felt like Thule and Autumn were a pain in the butt. Just because he had big buffs.
So Autumn, there's an interesting thing. I made him almost like a dual... the clasp on his wrist that made him half Autumn and the other half like a light blue, kind of dipping into what happens if you had two subclasses of the same class. So essentially he was a bit of a dipped into lore bard, but mainly a valor bard. So he never had a chance to actually get into physical melee combat because that's the least he wants to do. But if he had to, he could. But he was mainly on buffing duty. He had cutting words, which is like reducing your attack, giving bardic inspiration, which almost got people out of the way, but unfortunately I kept rolling low enough where I was not meeting your own DCs. But it did mess up Rolly a little bit. I feel just a little bit. There was a few attacks where you were like, I got him, and I'm like, nah, you didn't get him. And you're like,
Just feel like you made.
I do it again, and you're like, all right, you did get him this time.
You made him want to punch them more, if anything.
Yeah. Definitely the slow was a kicker.
Yeah, the slow sucked.
However, this is the first time we saw Savannah do the spell steal, which essentially took away Bane from Rolly. If you would have lasted another round, I think that means you can cast Bane at that point, right?
I have it for 8 hours.
That would have been awesome.
I actually was like, when can I cast it? Didn't get a chance.
Didn't get a chance. But it was one of those abilities I was like, oh, you have that. I forgot. Which is always fun as a DM when I go, I forgot you had that. Let's talk about Vera. Vera was kind of like, not in terms of health on your last legs, but you had how many spell slots at that point? Like
I had
5?
Yeah, I had my thirds and my second and 1/4, and I was wiped out on first. That's why I told you I have to cast this at a second level because I didn't have any. I didn't have first, didn't have fifth, didn't have sixth, didn't have seventh, eighth, ninth. So,
that's bringing you down.
And I had no face step. I had no shield. All that was.
Oh, I should
gone.
mention that just because you took a long rest, I think you don't. Your shield refreshes on a dawn. You don't have your shield charges.
Fun. Do I have the face step?
Yeah.
Because it's a long rest?
Yeah.
And I don't think I can get Moscow's thing, right?
No, because that's actually on a long, like 8-hour,
Yeah.
on a full thing.
That's why when Savannah's like, don't you have face step? I was like, no, that's not happening.
I think you used that early on in the fights.
I want to say like the second
Oh,
fight.
you used it against Queen.
Yeah.
Because you had to get away. You were like, I'm getting away.
I didn't want an opportunity attack from her because she hit hard.
Yeah.
But I was just like, Vera's not gonna. Because you asked me last night, do you think she's gonna stay in? And I was like, hell no. I was like, maybe hit points will keep her in longer. But I was like, I don't feel like she's gonna stay in because, like, I don't know, odds wise, I don't think it's in the making.
I think what really truly saved Vera from getting knocked out or knocked away is that she stayed far away. You played the range game.
That's what I was trying to do too, because I was like, if I get close up, I can take a hit. But it's just like, for what? What's the reasoning behind that?
For Rolly definitely was playing his role of being sort of like the man in front. Were you ever worried that you were getting too low of HP at a certain point?
Nope.
No? All right.
What were you at?
I was still at 127 before we ended the fight.
Wow.
I was at 45.
With all, because you have over like 200 HP, don't you? There's that. I forgot there was a meme where the cleric looks over to the barbarian. It's like, why are you always at 1 HP or 0 HP after every fight? And the barbarian's like, I paid for 200. I'm gonna use 200. Also, the fact that you were making a lot of your saves were very much helpful. I mean, there was a few that knocked you around, like the whole slow and everything.
Plus 9 to con, baby.
Yeah, you picked the wrong save.
Oh, for the saves? I know. What could you do, man? But fighting Ironside is going to be interesting, I feel.
Yeah, I feel too, given on the fact that no one's ever seen this man fight.
Yeah, so we don't know what we're fighting. He could be like all like melee, strong, could be a spellcaster. We have no idea. We're really going in blind with this.
I'm assuming spellcaster just of the effects he can do. I feel like it's a dual something, but definitely some kind of magic. You don't just shrink a little box and be like, yo, here.
there's definitely an air of arcane around him. I mean, he's able to close holes and produce something and project his voice. Like how you're doing. Oh, big yawn.
That face.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit of magic to him.
Yeah, Caleb got told. I was told that Caleb got told all the secrets while I was gone.
I've been telling him everything. He knows all the secrets. He's the only one person in this household that knows all my secrets.
And I told Caleb, tell Mama.
I'm gonna feel betrayed the moment he starts talking and be like,
Guess what, Mom?
Secretly, like, what the hell, man? Told you that in confidence.
Dad's gonna have to rework the whole thing now.
Damn it. Alejandro was a abjuration wizard, meaning that he had an arcane ward. Every time he was casting like dispel magic and stuff like that, he would get bonuses to the ward. Which is why he was a little bit of a more hardy wizard. Because I know that, I think it was like either Savannah or Vera did some damage on him, and it was like, you just cut through the ward. He's still pretty fresh.
I think it was Lila.
Yeah, I think it was
Lila. Lila was in the fight.
Finally.
She did some pretty good, that was some pretty good hits for a bear. I'm gonna be honest. Like 2 swipes, and then she did the inflict wounds because she's a familiar through a touch spell.
I was laughing because I was like, strategically, she's like, I smell weakness on this squishy boy. We're gonna go after this one because this is probably when she could stand alone.
that was a very smart decision on your because I was like 4v4 perfect, and you were like bring in a 5th, and I was like okay, action economy. Here we go.
Well, I have her, and she doesn't really ever fight. Like, she travels with us and acts as, like, guard sometimes. But I was just like...
Yeah, I don't think this is the first time we actually have had her fight with us.
I think so.
I think so.
Yeah.
She did pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, she brought him... She took away his arcane ward and did some solid damage, and then was like... Unfortunately, due to trickery with Thule, it's brought it down, but... It's kind of hard to survive an attack from Savannah when she's ready and willing and got you distracted.
Well, also, black bears don't have a whole lot of hit points.
No, and it's also familiar. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Let's see. Jutaza. I always like the idea of a female dwarf with a beard. Because they actually can grow it. And I'm like, it's such a good image. Her, and just the 3 points is such a cool look with sort of the braided hair. Forge cleric, by the way, which is why some of the people who were attacking, like most of them were like magical weapons and magical armor due to her. You know, she was giving buffs in a different way. Forge clerics are kind of like RP clerics. They're not very good in battle, I should say. They're not like they have special channel divinity abilities that help in battle. Yeah.
He wants to rave dance again.
Are we raging? Are you gonna be a barbarian?
I'm pretty sure he's a monk. He hits like a mother. But he's quick too.
Forge clerics are more like off screen. They're the ones who build you armor and be like, it's a +2 now. You know, and that's about it.
Well, I mean, I didn't know. I knew she was a cleric. I didn't know what type, but I was just like, it seemed like she was a hit point pool and was hard to hit. I don't feel like she had spells to hit us too bad.
And she's sturdy.
Yeah, she was sturdy. So
like,
that's all I was just like...
She had like a +6 to everything, and she was like, when Rolly was like, I rolled a kicker, and he was like, no, not this dwarf.
Like kicking a rock, like a really hard rock.
Yeah.
We should have just treated her as a rock so that I could be able to smash it.
For reals. I should also say that the combo that I wanted to use for the longest time, which was Giant's Might, ensuring Thule became large, and then using Reduce Enlarge, which is a spell, making her even one size bigger, is such a fun little... It's kind of a scary factor of like, oh, crap! Yeah?
All I wanted to do was get enlarged.
Yeah?
Yeah, just once.
Just once.
I don't think I have that.
I think that's probably a Savannah thing if she has access to it, but, you know, you can't...
I don't.
Yeah.
That's a druid thing.
It's a druid thing, it's a wizard thing. Maybe a sorcerer, too.
Just wanna live my Quinn fantasies, you know?
It's pretty cool, man.
Hey,
Not gonna
maybe
lie.
Gina Lee has it.
Oh, yeah.
That is very true.
I mean, she's not going to ask someone to help her move, like, large
She's gonna
arcanic
be like,
equipment.
"I'm
She's just
gonna-"
like, you, Simulacrum, make yourself big. Go ahead and move that, please. Or, you know, she wouldn't even actually... Now I think about it...
She can go pick it up.
No, I mean, she definitely is the quote-unquote strong, independent woman who, if Rolly is there, she's going to ask her to do it, but she just telepathically move it. She has levitate. Might as well just do that.
She needs to teach me how to actually do magic.
She'll be up for the challenge. Might take some time, but
Decades later.
she'd be up for it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
She has the patience the rest of us did not have.
I mean, we taught one brother. I don't think we...
I have to ask this because Rolly, you were sitting pretty high in terms of HP, but if there ever came to a point where, do you feel like you could have powered through everyone even if like Vera were to drop?
No.
No, that's when that's when the
spellcasters are like the bane of my existence.
that's when the confidence would turn, huh?
I thought you were
It's-
gonna have to do it by yourself, because I was like, oh, if Thule gets me, I think if Uthiel falls and Thule gets me, I think we're screwed. But I was like totally going to just take it. I forgot that when the bond breaks, I get all those things
Yeah.
at this level. But
Yeah.
even so, oh no.
So the plan was for Thule was to take down Uthiel, who was the next in line, and then since you hurt her, she was gonna be like, F you, jump to you. Sorry, Steve, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say that like everything went on swimmingly. We lost Savannah, and I was like, "Ow, that's unfortunate," but we'll keep it going. And then spellcasters do spellcaster things. Oh no, Uthiel's gone. This ain't looking so good. There's a bunch of spellcasters. Oh no, I'm just gonna do what I do. Automate. Go.
But when you got hit with slow, and she got 70 hit points back.
Yeah.
It was just like,
Because I did
Yeah.
40 something damage with just a cantrip, and I was like, damn, if I could hit her again, I think I can knock her out. But
That brought her pretty much like to half health quickly, and I was like, oh no, I don't want that again. Let's, and definitely Drutazos doesn't want that too, because she knows that, you know, Thule's the heavy hitter. I wanted to make a mute character who was a heavy hitter, like very silent but powerful character. Unlike you, who is very powerful but talkative.
so looking at you, Steve.
I have to ask this question now that we'll end the short rest in a little bit, but I have this question for you guys. Your versus Ironside. Do you have a plan?
Not personally, nope.
No. Is it just run to attack?
I think it's for Vera. It's gonna be like, let me see what you could do, because thus far, that's how we've played this. Because it's like, why am I gonna show my hand? You already seen it.
So-
you already seen my hand.
I'll be honest. So, Rolly, you rolled an 18. You rolled higher than everyone else due to the dex. I know Vera, you got an 18 as well, but due to your dex, you're after him.
Yeah, it's
There is a layer action that starts at initiative 20. So Layer's going to go first, and then it's going to be Rolly, and then we're going to go into it.
But you said no crystals.
There are no crystals. Well, not the ones that you fight, that you've ran across.
The crystals are just for decoration.
Essentially,
This time.
there's still a layer.
action. Okay.
Yeah, well, we're also upset about this, Caleb.
There's still a layer effect.
All right, fine.
Don't worry.
But my strategy is the same as it's always been. Leroy Jenkins.
And we also can't be knocked out of the arena?
No, there is no arena out
Okay.
option in this. This is battle to unconsciousness. There is no death in this. And I think even with the passive insight that you have, Vera, you'd be like, yeah, Ironside doesn't want to kill anyone. He just wants to be entertained.
Caleb.
All right. Well, I think this guy's a little more hungry than we thought. So we're going to end short rest here.
He's smiling
He
at
smiles.
Steve.
You see Steve? All right, guys. We'll check you later. Bye.
Bye.